Oh, yes, you're welcome back to Today Powerful Broadcast. This US Congressman, his name is called Michael Arnold. He has now come again. He has now hit Nigeria heavily this time, according to what is going on in the country and then what is really going on between the US government and Nigeria. But the person called Michael Arnold is the person that is speaking out and is not shutting his mouth up like others who came to Nigeria, and when they went back everything they closed their mouth and everything is just like that. But this man, after coming to Nigeria, when he went back to US, he is not the kind of person that shuts his mouth up. He keep talking and they keep exposing the atrocity that is going on in Nigeria. So as it is now, he has now come again and hit on the nail. He hit the hammer on the nail this time, and in fact, everywhere is bubbling, and the internet is shaking. So, according to what he said, according to the heading, he says, indict Tinubu and investigate Sultan of Sokoto over Christian killing. U.S. Congressman Michael Arnold to Trump. He has said that the Trump should indict Tinubu to US and also investigate Sultan of Sokoto, because as you can see, no matter whatever that happens in this country, no matter how the Christians or how people is being by, somebody like Sultan of Sokoto, he don't used to speak. He will keep silent. But whenever it is the other way around, that people want to retaliate, that people stand up to fight against what that is happening, before you know, he will start talking, calling for peace and calling for unity. But if it is the other side, that the Fulanis, they attack a village or they destroy something, they will not say anything. They will just keep silent and be looking as if everything is okay. In fact, in this video, this man re-exposed a lot of things and he talked a lot of things concerning Nigeria. So don't skip any parts. Try to watch to the end for you to see everything by yourself. As about to watch, like, subscribe, and share it. Let everyone see things going on in Nigeria.
Arise International, which today runs schools for more than 600 displaced children in the camps that the Nigerian government says doesn't exist. He's a former mayor of Blanco, Texas. And he is the author of Epicenter, Nigeria, Radical Islam, and the War for Global Order, a #1 bestseller. Mike. Hello, Mike.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Everything I'm about to say is factual, so I have 19 pages of references. If anybody wants to question anything I say, it's right here, because some of it might be shocking. Nigeria, the sixth largest nation on earth, on track to be the third largest by 2050. Top 5 OPEC, $1 trillion in minerals, a cultural powerhouse. Nigerians are among the most educated and wealthy in the United States, and they do it with integrity, sharing the values that made America great. Last year, General Michael Langley, AFRICOM, declared the region anchored by northern Nigeria as the epicenter of global terror. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, others call it home. Their stated ambition, full Sharia across Nigeria, and then a global jihad launch pad. The recent Old Dominion shooter was radicalized in Nigeria. Two scenarios. America's greatest African ally, innovative, peaceful, and prosperous, or the greatest security threat of the next generation, a Sharia exporting giant. A little bit of history. In 1804, Usman Dan Fodio waged a jihad and founded the Sokoto Caliphate, Africa's largest pre-colonial empire. Beheading, raping, destruction, displacement, 2 million slaves at its peak. This caliphate has never ended. That's North Nigeria. The British found two worlds, brutal Sharia north and vibrant, friendly south. They kept the caliphate intact as enforcers, indirect rule they called it, then merged the two in 1914. The South declared independence in 1967, Biafra. The civil war that followed, the British backed the North, which blockaded the South, shot down Red Cross planes. Up to 3 million, mostly children, starved to death. The South fell in 1970. Since then, power has stayed in the North by design, the Caliphate. The current constitution, imposed by Northern military dictator, mentions Sharia in Islamic terms 165 times. Christianity, 0. At least $9 billion a year in blood minerals are looted mainly by China, paying jihadis and corrupting military and political officials. It was President Goodluck Jonathan in his living room that leaned in and informed me about that. I know a lot of people there. I've been there a lot. Most of this is firsthand. Some key people that have been involved in this. Barack Obama unleashed the current genocide. In 2010, my first trip, Nigeria had an accidental Christian president, Goodluck Jonathan. Booming economy, only nation on earth where radical Islam was being pushed back. No slaughter, hardly any displaced people, just from random stuff. A northern warlord challenged Muhammadu Buhari, publicly called for Sharia law across Nigeria and globally. Boko Haram chose him to mediate with the government. Tinubu helped get him in office, the current president. David Axelrod was his campaign advisor. Obama blocked U.S. counterterrorism support to Jonathan, blocked other nations from helping. Jihadists flooded in from North Africa, villages massacred, millions displaced, raped, enslaved, kidnapped, churches burned. Buhari ran on ending the insecurity. It only got worse. Another person, the Sultan of Sokoto. He's like Pope and King to 108 million Muslims. Dan Fodio's 20th generation successor. He was a Nigerian general deployed to Pakistan and Afghanistan during the War on Terror, when we captured Nigerian fighters alongside Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. He returned and assumed the throne in 2006, and international terror tactics and organizations appeared soon after. He has never decreed an end to the killing or mineral looting in his domain, but he's called social media a terror organization. In 2025, he publicly supported the push for Sharia in traditionally Christian southern states. President Bola Tinubu, if that's his real name. In 1993, he forfeited $460,000 to a federal court in Chicago and fled the United States. That was proceeds from a heroin trafficking ring, which, by the way, heroin funds 37% of jihad around the world. He has appointed a man to rewrite the national curriculum whose defining credential is the book, The Islamization of Knowledge, which explicitly calls for intellectual jihad to oust Western education from nursery schools up to universities. This is academic Boko Haram by definition. And this is the guy that Tinubu put in charge of the curriculum of 50 million African Nigerian children. His new defense chief called the terrorists prodigal sons who deserve rehabilitation. That's the defense chief. NSA Nuhu Rabadu personally called me on October 5th to be Nigeria's Jane Fonda. It is documented he armed Miyeti Allah, the Fulani militia chaired by the Sultan and named in HR 7457 for potential FEO organization. He has publicly called the terrorists brothers. Mossad Bulus, Trump's senior advisor for Africa and the Middle East, holds multiple citizenships, including Nigerian, lived in Lagos for decades. He parrots verbatim talking points of terror-linked northern imams. He is CEO of his family company, which currently profits from multi-billion-dollar no-bid contracts issued by the Tinubu administration, issued to his business partner. He sells the heavy equipment to build the no-bid billion-dollar, $13 billion in projects. This is Trump's senior advisor. He's also Tiffany Trump's father-in-law. Examples of ongoing failures and impunity. Ngoshe, Borno State, wiped out in the Gwoza massacre of 2014. The government recently assured refugees in Cameroon it was safe for them to return, paid them to return. Within weeks, on March 3rd, Boko Haram slaughtered dozens, more than 300 abducted into slavery, including the wife and daughter of a friend of mine. The military was largely AWOL. The attacks continue there. Deborah Samuel Yakubu, 2022, college student. After finals, she posted on WhatsApp, "Jesus is the greatest. He helped me pass my exams." The next day on campus, as professors and police watched, she was beaten, stoned, tires heaped on her, and burned alive, while students filmed selfies in front of the flames celebrating. The deputy imam of the National Mosque, who performed President Buhari's daughter's wedding, publicly justified the killing within 24 hours on his own Twitter account. No one was punished. Nnamdi Kanu, British Nigerian broadcaster from London, illegally abducted from Kenya, tried under a defunct law, now serving life in Sokoto prison for words spoken in Great Britain. Meanwhile, the northern imam just recently offered a 1 million naira bounty for the head of a pastor, then doubled it to taunt his critics. No charges, no condemnation from officials. I've been corresponding with the guy. He helped him get to a safe house, but he and his family are in danger and they need help. The Nigerian government goes to great expense to rehabilitate the killers while millions of innocent displaced victims are denied, neglected, and dying. The narrative war. The farmer herder and climate change framing started in the Obama State Department. The original reference document was written by a career Sharia propagandist hired by George Soros. At least $10 million confirmed U.S. lobbying contracts are now running. Former Trump administration officials, Nigerian government lobbyists, northern imams, foreign agents, conflicted advisors, and now even Russian state television are among those working to shield this regime from accountability. The real narrative is this. Nigeria is in the throes of an Islamic conquest. Since 2009, they have slaughtered as many as 125,000 Christians and 60,000 Muslims. This is not simply religious freedom issue. This is national and global security. The emergency, as many as 10 to 12 million, mostly youth, are now displaced. 50-60% chance of radicalization by 2030 without intervention. Most are denied by the government, who call them beggars and criminals. Without intervention, this could yield 5 to 6 million more jihadists over the next 5 to 6 years. Intervention is not hard. The international community has the money and the mandate to help if the displaced are simply recognized. In 2015, the UNHCR documented multiple displacement camps in Abuja. Today, they deny those camps exist. I have run schools in those same camps since 2020. They do exist. I affirm the cycle of violence is not inborn or inevitable. A lot of Americans write it off. Oh, that's just what they do. Yes, the children who saw their parents hacked to death often come to our schools wanting to go back and get revenge. But I can tell you, with an education, they gain character, hope, and vision, and they want to go back to rebuild. What must happen? Nigeria has long been strangled by radical Islamists, predatory extraction, globalist meddling, and institutional corruption. Working with the Nigerian government to end the genocide is like working with the Third Reich to end the Holocaust. They smile and spin as they wait for Trump to leave office. Since CPC designation, killing and impunity have only gotten worse. Sanctions will not work. Visa bans will not work. They're ideologues, and they'll just pivot east. Intentional denial of recognition and aid to displaced people. Intentional denial of recognition and aid in this circumstance meets the legal standard of genocide. This is provable. Indict the Tinubu administration. Arrest them. They're guilty of genocide. And it's provable. Conduct a valid census and evidentiary briefing of the displaced. They are witnesses to genocide and they need help. Investigate the Sultan of Sokoto as a terror sponsor. Circumstantial evidence demands it. We know where the militant camps are. Wipe them out. Bring the enablers to justice. Demand the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and other prisoners of conscience. Offer asylum protection to them and others threatened by this regime. Ensure a free election in 2027. It can be done for the cost of a Tomahawk missile volley. Tinubu was declared the winner with less than 9 million votes in a nation of 230 million. A free election changes everything. Let the people vote on a new constitution and self-determination. Like so many other British colonial contraptions designed to fail, separation is likely inevitable, and it is just. The time is now. Nigeria is at a crossroads. It will become either a peaceful, prosperous ally or a massive launchpad for global jihad. There is no going back to the status quo. If the world turns away after this unprecedented scrutiny, the backlash will be bloody and absolute. The window is closing. We must call this what it is and intervene now, or the current genocide will grow and draw more innocent blood, not just there, but here in the United States. Thank you.
More Christians are killed for their faith in Nigeria than anywhere else in the world. Since 2009, Islamic jihadists have murdered more than 50,000 Christians in Nigeria, and more than 20,000 churches, schools, and religious institutions have been destroyed, most burned to the ground. Scores of Christians and several others were kidnapped over Holy Week. Nigerian officials have been, unfortunately, complicit in facilitating these atrocities. At the state level, a dozen Nigerian states implement Islamist blasphemy and Sharia laws. At the federal level, the government looks the other way at Islamist violence. The result is, unsurprisingly, yet more jihadist violence. Last year, I introduced the Nigeria Religious Freedom Accountability Act, which would require placing Nigeria back on the country of particular concern list and impose sanctions on officials involved in enforcing blasphemy and Sharia laws. The U.S. government knows who they are at both the local level and the federal level, and they should be held accountable. I'm sorry to say that Nigerian officials are, at a minimum, in denial of the government's role. In October, several officials, including the Deputy Speaker of the Nigerian House and the Chairman of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, and a range of anonymous officials linked to the President, directly attacked me for saying that, quote, officials in Nigeria are ignoring or even facilitating the mass murder of Christians by Islamic jihadists. Last year, I met with a delegation of top Nigerian defense and security officials. They said they were committed to ending the violence. I told them I would judge their commitment by the results. Those results have yet to materialize. President Trump has established that the United States will use all tools of statecraft to counter the violence. He ordered that Nigeria be added to the CPC list, and in December he ordered the Department of War to target ISIS terrorists in response to their massacre of Christians. I'll note that the Nigerian government said at the time that it welcomed and indeed requested the actions. I find their statements to be somewhere between hypocritical and infuriating. In December, the president said that jihadists have been targeting Christians in Nigeria, quote, at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. What does the situation look like now, several months later, and what can and should the United States do to stop the mass murder of Christians?
Is it not enough for the president to do something? Every time you are planning, what are you planning? Like I have always told people, if somebody said that he wants to get mad and it used 25 years planning how to get mad, please, what year will he actually run mad to entertain the public? No, tell me. Every time, don't worry, I will soon get mad. I will soon get mad. 25 years, you are still trying to get mad. So when will you actually get mad? And let us see what will happen. Look at how long this has been going on, Esther. But to just 2 days of quarrel in Yoruba State, they impose the state of emergency. And Nigerians are not asking the president questions. They are not asking president questions. Come, this thing that is going on in the north and that of River, which one is 10 times worse? 10 times worse. And the man just kept quiet. Esther, is it a blood sacrifice or something, Esther? No, I mean, when things happen like this, you begin to think of so many angles. Is it fetish? Is it diabolical? What exactly is causing this mass killing and nobody talking? I mean, mass killing. Is it a blood sacrifice that is going on? Why is it that nobody wants to address it headlong? That the terrorists are now dictating to government, Esther. Terrorists are dictating to the federal government of Nigeria what they want, and oh God Almighty. Donald Trump was right. It is really a disgrace situation, seriously. The man was 100% correct. It is a disgrace situation. No longer CPC, no. That particular concern is way softer. This is a disgrace of the highest order. And you can see them wearing military command. So we don't know whether they are even terrorists or our military.
They are terrorists.
We don't know which is which, Esther.
This time around, they don't even hide their faces.
We don't know what is going on. We don't know.
The other day, they came out to show us the Kalashnikov, the array of weapons, the RPG that they have taken from the military bases that they attacked at night. They showed all the bullets, all the array of bullets, all the machine guns. They were boldly displaying it. They wore the military, whatever, putting all the weapons out there, speaking in Hausa, calling out Tinubu, saying Tinubu is saying that they're decimating them. How dare he say that? Look at all the weapons they got from their bases, and you don't consider it an embarrassment.
I'm telling you.
You don't don't think it's something of a shame that individuals who are mentally rabid, who do not have any form of ideology, whose religion is, they don't have any form of religion, they are wastrels, they are vagabonds, they have no identity, they have no origin, they have nothing to live for, and they carry themselves like that. And you're saying these people are daring the government and everywhere is mute.
And to make matters worse, when you carry them, you say they are our brothers, they are our brother, they are our prodigal sons. So when government officials at that height are supporting these people, pampering these people, Esther, why are you breaking your head? You don't, seriously, Nigeria don't know what is going on. I wish I can. Oh, you know that if you say it now, if you try to even give them a tip or what, they will say, these people will come and say, who gave you that information? How did you know? You know, but they know what they are doing. It is very obvious to people. Discerning minds should know what is going on in Nigeria today with this insecurity. Discerning minds should know. So talking and shouting, it cannot solve it.
Barrister, it hurts because that is the information that we get out all the time, and it feels like it's become a daily lifestyle.
I said, if you know
that we have gotten used, we're supposed to get used to.
Esther, by the time the bubble will burst, I want to see what this sarcophagus and these gullible supporters will say, because all of them are keeping quiet now, telling us that this and that, especially those supporting APC. They didn't see me saying this at anything. Esther, it is nothing to them. Look at what Agbabio said, that it is only after 2 weeks after the election that it will die down. Esther, with this kind of statement, does it not tell you something? So you know the people behind it, but they can continue to kill us until after the election next year. Then 2 weeks after, it will not stop. Can you just imagine how people talk without thinking? So it was an arrangement that will don't continue after 2 weeks or after the election. You cannot stop. Is it possible? That was how they went to go and bring these people somewhere and brought him inside Nigeria, thinking that they were going to deal with Jonathan. At the end of the day, that experience did not teach them a lesson. Look at these people telling us that it is opposition. Esther, please, which of the opposition political party or opposition party member can afford to bring terrorists into Nigeria and the APC is not aware? How did they bring them if they are opposition? So you mean opposition get back to all these terrorists? Opposition get back to them. They groomed them somewhere, brought them. How did they bring them into Nigeria and you are not aware as a ruling party? Agbabio just want to divert attention to their infamy, to their incompetence. That is opposition. Look at all the opposition members. Does any of them look like somebody who can even hire a thug, not to talk of a terrorist? Nigerians answer him. Does anybody, is it P2B or Amechi or who, that can afford to a thug, not to talk of a terrorist, to be dissolving Nigeria? Instead of him to say the truth, he is diverting attention. So I should clap for you and say something, Abi.
Barrister, the reason why this is getting to me today is there's this young man on social media. His name is Adeleke. His younger sister was abducted on her way to Kogi, and although he has not released her picture, so we don't know if it is somebody that is just talking, but for the past few days he's been tweeting and asking for help. It's so sad that we have become so ethnically divided that people went to his handle, they saw that he's a supporter of the government, he supports Tinubu, and then the first thing people were saying is that, oh, don't worry, Tinubu will fix it. Should be a supporter of the government, call the government, let them come and help you. You know, they were bringing out all his tweets in reference to the fact that he has supported the government. And to be honest, I don't have issues with him supporting the government. Everybody has a reason why they support the government. If it is not the APC, it may be the president. There are people who really love the president for one reason or the other. They have the reason why, and they're free to do so. But to tell you how divided the polity was, that the essence of the fact that this man's sister or boy or whoever he is was kidnapped. He said he was told to visit the police station. He has visited the police station. They told him to write. They told him to go to here. He's been asking for the Inspector General Police number and all whatnot. He says they called him. They're asking for money. He tried to speak with the Nigerian police to give them an update that he's not getting an update. He's been tagging the Nigerian security agencies for the past 3 or 4 days. Now Nigerians normally will show some sort of empathy. I saw the comment section and I was like, when did we get to this point? There were some persons did not show empathy just because he's a supporter of the government. They were like, you support the government, so call them to help you.
Yes, Esther. Do you blame them? No, do you blame them, Esther? Security is now a question of where you stand, where you belong. I mean, what do you think will happen at the end of the day? No, tell me. What do you think will happen at the end of the day? That is what, when we say here, government, don't be selective in your approach to national issues. It will destroy Nigeria. They will not listen. They will not hear. When you call them, I say that is politics. That is politics. Yes, that is politics. That's how they play politics, Abi. Meanwhile, they travel to UK, they travel to US, they travel to Canada, all the Western world. Did they see this type of nonsense? Yes, sir. Did they see this type of nonsense? Because that's what it is, nonsense. But they will come here and tell it is politics.
Barrister, all I'm saying is that there is nothing wrong in supporting the government. There is nothing wrong in supporting the president. There is nothing wrong in it. But it is important that if there are things being done irresponsibly, you call it out.
Of course.
It is just what, if you are expected to perform your functions as a citizen, then the government should perform their function as a government. That is all.
Is that not what I'm saying?
That is all.
Is that not what I'm saying here now? That look, you that are supporting evil, don't talk when some evil come to your doorstep. Is that not true? That is how God works. He said whatever you sow you will reap. I'm not the one that said it. All these people that are doing all this in Esther, I am very 100% sure that as long as the word of God lives and stays, they will get it one by one, either now or in the future. That is how the word of God works. You can't change. Even God cannot change it. You see that word, the law of Fukama, the law of you can't. God cannot change it. Not so.
Oh yes. Things that is going on in this country, it is a shame to the government. What is there is that at the end, after all those things happening, at the end, somebody who did not commit any crime, who just in the name of due to what is going on, you now speak with anger, so that let the government do the needful. The next thing you will see, they will come and arrest you and pick you. That is the end, and they will not see the person anymore. But the people who is buying the commanders, buying the soldiers, and buying the citizen daily basis, every day in the country, those people, they are going free. They are moving around. Any day they catch them, like this, some people they have released now, 744 people they have raised, call them repentant Boko Haram and so forth, and so on and so forth, in the name of they have repented, or they are prodigal sons. Nonsense. So all those things is once you speak against it, the next thing they will come for you. They will come for you and start claiming that you are instigating hate, or you are instigating hate speech to the government. It is somehow, and that is why you see the country is not moving forward. It's not. Those people that is claiming that Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist, my Pope is a terrorist, Samonepa is a terrorist. Now they have seen the real terrorists. They are not doing anything. They are not even saying anything. I like the way U.S. government, this Ted Cruz is banging on the government right now. The way in fact, is talking on the government right now, for them to understand that it is not only in Nigeria, it is not only Nigerian citizens that is seeing everything that's going on. Because sometimes they used to claim that it is just a propaganda. The people that used to bring out news, they don't used to speak the truth. Now it is no more issue of the bloggers, or it is no more the issue of content creators. Now it is worldwide. Everybody is seeing the evil that is happening right now in this country, as in every day, and the government, they will not do anything. Imagine people the way they used to lose their life in this country. At the end, everybody will do as if it is just ordinary life of fowl that is dying. Even though fowl life is now more valuable than human life in this country, because these days, whenever you go to the comment section where they post the people that the bandits have unalive, and the people that Boko Haram has do this, so the type of comments that you'll be seeing there, it is a sign to show you that this country, it is not a country. Then you start asking yourself, are you we still living in a country, or are we just in a cage? Like the way Mazam Kanu said it, that Nigeria is a zoo. Then everybody starts shouting, start making mouth, asking him, how will you call a full country a zoo? But if you look at it the other way around, everything that is happening in this country, it is, as in, there is no two ways about it. It's just full brown zoo it is. Because how can people die every day, and Boko Haram terrorists taking away life, society, community every day by day, and also still demanding, how many billions are they demanding that the government should pay them, or else they will buy all the whole people that they hold, and they are also coming back to take more, and they're going to barrack and the other army base, taking away their armor tank and their bullets, taking away everything and run away. Then at the end, you tell me that Nigeria is still a country, when ordinary man who speak against the injustice that is going on in the country, then the next thing they will tell you that they are searching for him on forensic. They are using forensic to catch him. Chief of army staff will come out on the social media, on the social platform, and the live stream media, start speaking that they are using forensic to catch ordinary somebody that is speaking, that is talking on social media, telling you what you are doing that is not right. Then the next thing, you go and catch him, and then start boasting that you use forensic method to catch him. In fact, sometimes it used to shock me. In fact, the country we are living is no more a country. We are just in an area where people just, in a way that let me just leave. Because once you leave Nigeria and go to other countries, it is when you understand that this place we are living, it is not a country. So yes, I would like to recommend that. What do you think about everything going on in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and share it for everyone to see things going on in the country.